Hi, everyone. I'm Heather Kirk-Ballard, and I'm here today with
Daniel Leskovar.
Yes, we're so excited to have you here. We're celebrating you as a Hort legend, and we want to get to know more and more about you. So we have some questions here. We'd love to understand, what is your horticultural specialization and what are the primary positions you have held?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. So my position, well, first of all, my specialization is in vegetable crop production and physiology. I'm a professor in horticultural sciences at the Texas A&M University. But I'm off campus, so I'm also doing the research on off-campus center, but I'm also the center director of the Uvalde Research and Extension Center, and also the center director of the Dallas Research and Extension Center. So in addition to that, I've been participating in leadership positions at the International Society for Hort Science for 12 years, and certainly in the American in our society here, where I'm honored to be the incoming president.
Yes,
So,
yeah, congratulations. What has horticulture meant to your life and career?
Yes, so it's been a lot. So let me provide a little bit of context before I answer. So I'm originally from Argentina, so I was brought up in the northern Patagonia in the southwest. And during that time, when I was in childhood, I was in the opportunity to be exposed to horticultural crops and the environment, and that that allowed me to really explore more horticulture, and that was like an imprint in myself. And then I followed that career, and I was fortunate enough to receive some scholarships, and I studied again in not only in Argentina but also in the Netherlands, and then at UC Davis and University of Florida. So all of those within horticulture. So really, horticulture became a dream career for me. It's a career purpose. It's a career full of rewards, and it really horticulture provide me and hopefully many other members or incoming members, the lenses to see the world in a different way.
Yes.
Visualizing and conceptualizing and understanding the complex interaction between people, plants, and the environment, and then the strong connection that we have in all of the three areas.
Absolutely, yeah. What do you consider to be the most rewarding part of your career in horticulture?
Well, there are so many rewarding parts, but just to make it more simple, I think the two main aspects that we consider as the most rewarding is that what we do impacts people. What we do can create some transformative changes in other individuals' way of doing things, and that can be very rewarding when we see adoption of certain practices, for example. Secondly, what we do also have a tremendous impact in the environment.
Yeah.
Whether we are engaging in basically developing sustainable practices or resilient systems, and that's been extremely important, or whether we engage in improving certain ecosystems to make them healthier, so that people can enjoy through different examples of landscapes, urban environments, and so forth. So to summarize, is people, environment at the critical and the resources, of course.
Yeah, great. All right, how long have you been a member of ASHS, and how has the society influenced your career?
Certainly, sure. Yeah, so I'm proud to say that I've been a member of 34 years.
Okay.
And certainly, when I was a graduate student, that was my first encounter with very renowned professionals that was tremendous opportunity for me to pursue. But the society obviously have influenced the career in many different ways. This is an example when I was the other student. So the networking opportunities that I had at that time and then evolved through my career has been tremendous. So this networking allows you to connect now with professionals, with colleagues, with friends, that are not only in academia, but also industry, non-government organizations, and so on. So that's a key. So and then take advantage of that networking. The second aspect, obviously, is we are a society of developing knowledge and adoption of practices at the various levels. So how do we do that? So through connections, through collaboration, but importantly is the scientific publications that our society offers. The flagship journals, whether it's Hot Technology, Hot Science, or the Journal of American Society. Also, there is a lot of opportunities within the society to engage in professional development, attending workshops, special sessions, and for the young generation, obviously, there's so many activities, early career awards and career fairs and those sort of things. One important aspect, I think, is especially when you are young, is that through the society, you can go and present, right? And then your research, your activities, and expose yourself. And that brings you some sense of credibility, what to say about your research or your outreach, your education, depending on what you are in research extension, and allows you to be recognized and to some extent prove yourself. So that I think is an important aspect. And then the engagement in new activities, collaborations, networking also allows you to identify opportunities for jobs and at the end of basically the society and through these meetings provides you a platform and source for inspiration, and so you get new ideas. And then you go back and then you just try to connect, and then it's important to follow that. So
exactly, yes, I find all those things here as well. Okay, what advice can you offer to students or young professionals in horticulture?
Certainly. Well, I will start, like I mentioned before, engage. There's so many opportunities to engage within the society. I mean, volunteer work, involve, whether it's in local hort clubs or with student organizations, and that's a good way, to get into volunteer on presentations or coordination. Attending specific or general workshops, could be specific in one area of specialization, or you can be more general and broad your spectrum. Build relationships, through this network, build relationship basically just to expand your horizon, and that will open new opportunities. And use try to implement some of the new technologies that may be available for you. And there's a lot about digital education, learning, teaching, different modules or systems. So you try to use, apply, adapt to whatever environment that you are. An important aspect, I think, for is communication. Communicate, and be present. Don't assume that that someone saw you first time and they will remember. So you have to be active. And the other one is be adaptable. Nothing is fixed or prescriptive. So be able to change as you navigate, the career. There are so many challenges that you have to engage. And finally, just find your passion and then stay passionate. Just work through that, because horticulture basically it's a dream, it's a passion in careers.
Absolutely, yes. Okay, last question. What excites you most about the future of the horticultural industry and profession?
Well, sure. Horticulture is very exciting, right? So it's just it's a vibrant career, and we have, through the history of horticulture, predecessors up to now, developed so many tools that can be utilized for developing systems, approaches that are going to be more efficient, more productive, more rewarding. So, like I mentioned before, developing sustainable, resilient systems are critically important. We have now tools that are improving through biotechnology or from breeding methodologies. We can breed a much shorter amount of time using tools that were not existing before. The way you control pests and diseases, there are so many biocontrol systems that can be used, and then engage technologies. There is so much now in terms of smart systems, digital technologies, utilize the data and the science behind that to really make whether programs or models to allow to make decisions in the practices. It's not only about production, but it's also about quality. It's also about less waste. So it's also about the beauty of the healthy, the beauty of the environments that will have an effect not only in human nutrition, but in the human wellness, just gardening or urban environments.
Yes, for your health and well-being.
And a couple of more things I think is we have now been experiencing in the last probably 20 years is that the role of urban horticulture, urban gardening, urban production. So as populations concentrate in large metro areas, and the role of more controlled type of systems is also quite important. Whether you use hydroponic, greenhouses, vertical systems, all the way to rooftops or community gardens. So it is all this spectrum between at the community level all the way up to the high technology production systems. So that. And another aspect also is be engaged at the global environment, because the tools that we have now allows you to be connected real time any second with colleagues, whether in Australia, Africa, or any other country. So embrace that possibility, and that's a tremendous resources that we didn't have 30, 40 years ago, and so it's amazing. So yeah, I think that's I would say that horticulture really plays a crucial role in what we do, and for the humans, for plants, for the environment. And so we are embarking in a wonderful career and a wonderful journey that yeah. So it's to conclude, I think it's an inspiration and it's full of rewards. So I'm happy to be that as well as you.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and we're excited to acknowledge you and celebrate you as a Hort legend.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for the opportunity to share. So thank you much.
Thank you.